Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of the King's Castle. King James, along with Player Chopin,
Part 2.
Pete Colberg, and a very wacky Mr. Jeffrey Langell.
Hello!
Tonight, we, as usual, are trying to break down the week in professional wrestling.
And just bring down society.
Now, there's been an interesting...
Calm, drop, sponge, pants.
There's been an interesting addition to the Royal Rumble match. As reported earlier this week via social media, because I can now reveal that the world's largest athlete, The Big Show, is now in the Royal Rumble match.
How large is large?
If you're talking about 7 feet tall and nearly 400 pounds, it's pretty big.
Been there.
Now, Jeff, I never said anything about you having...
Sponge bath. Come, drop, sponge bath. Come, drop, sponge bath. This is the sequel.
The
sequel.
No, Jeff, I never said anything about you having to get personal, but that's a whole other story.
Personal? I wasn't being personal.
Well...
I was just following up and bringing it into
You said
closure.
been there, so that leads me to...
Oh, 7 foot? Yeah, I've been to a 7 foot. 2 or 3 times.
Oh.
7 foot 11.
Are we learning something new about the Big Show?
That was the last date I had, 7 foot 11.
But anyway...
7-11.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're a convenient person, aren't you?
But anyway...
Full service.
All joking aside, like I said, The Big Show announced via social media that he will be competing in the Royal Rumble match. Now, if you guys at home follow social media, you know that The Big Show is in the best shape of his career. He's now down to 395 pounds.
Wow.
But...
That might as well be a baby's weight.
But last Monday night...
Push that baby out.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, by the way. Last Monday night...
Hear what?
Big Show had a standoff with Braun Strowman following a match. Now, I gotta tell you, if we see those two face to face, we got the makings of a car wreck.
Why? Can they not drive?
It's a figure of speech, Mr. Chopin.
Are you afraid they're going to drive their car into the Shark Tank?
No.
That's how Chris Jericho's going to get out.
They could potentially really hurt each other if they went one-on-one in the Royal Rumble match.
Unless they're
Big Show asked someone to prom and asked someone do a promposal for someone and say if they didn't go with them, he would sit on them.
No!
But if you're wearing your padded man panties, then they're less likely to get hurt.
That's
Dear
true.
God, I have no idea where this show's going.
You gotta have pads in your man panties.
Patties.
Your man package.
Man patties. That's what you're saying.
Man panties.
Well,
I'm having trouble speaking tonight, King.
You're tripping over words a lot.
Apparently.
I just can't say anything.
Unfortunately, Blair, you're not the only one who's been slipping over words this week.
This is what we in business call the segue.
One of your favorites in pro wrestling was also slipping over words.
Kellyanne Conway.
Nope.
Oh.
Goldberg.
Goldberg?
Yep. Because before we get into that, though, I need to preface this by saying that Goldberg has decided that his trademark locker room headbutt is now retired. Because when he came out on Raw this past Monday night, he came out with a bloody head, and
I'm not touching
he was
that one.
unintentionally slipping on a lot of his words, and a lot of people thought that had to do with the fact that he keeps headbutting the lockers.
Back to head. Anyway.
Always comes back to... So
So
there are men, sweaty men, and underwear hopping on each other, and now we're talking about head.
Cages.
And shark cages.
Shark cages.
And padded band panties.
So therefore, Goldberg has decided that the locker room headbutt is now
I
retired.
think I've seen it.
But this past Monday night, he
I get around.
He came out and was extremely...
7-Eleven?
Around.
I hear you.
Goldberg came out and was extremely confident about his about possibly getting a victory in the Royal Rumble match. Next thing you know, Paul Heyman shows up.
Hyman or
And
Heyman?
he said he was basically there as the calm before the storm. Next thing you know, Brock Lesnar comes out. They stand face to face for a while in the ring. Next thing you know, you hear the gong and the Undertaker shows up.
Uh-oh.
So the last thing we saw before we went off the air was the three biggest stars of this year's Rumble, Goldberg, Lesnar, and Undertaker, face to face. In your opinion, can one of those three win the Royal Rumble? And if not, who do you think has the best shot?
Well, I think the smart money's on Goldberg.
That's what I was going to say.
My money's on the shark.
No, I'd eat everyone. Mark Cuban.
You think the smart money's on Goldberg?
Yes. Also the dumb money.
Why is that?
Because they want to set him up. They're not bringing him back just to refuse to do headbutts. He has a specific purpose there. And they would love for him to be in the rest of the main event.
Remember, I said that he said himself that he wanted to retire.
I don't
that headbutt.
You're going to realize one day that this is all written beforehand. So I don't really care what Goldberg
The wrestlers' tweets are not written beforehand, though. That's what I'm saying.
You don't think they advise him on tweets?
No.
No, okay. Well, whatever.
But
Wrong.
here's the thing.
Wrong.
So you think your pick is Goldberg still?
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
I think
Both of you?
I think, honest to God, I think it's going to come down to Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
Well, I hate to steal a line from you two, but in this case I have to.
But you will.
Because I think you're wrong.
I know it. Who do you think it's going to be?
Well, I'll say this. The only reason I think Goldberg won't win is because I think they're trying to... A lot of rumors have been going around these wrestling websites saying that they might be trying to set Goldberg up for a rematch with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
What is that, 101 Dalmatian?
In which Lesnar would finally get a win. Now, whether that happens or not remains to be seen. Now, as far as my pick, I would probably have to go with one of the two men I just mentioned, either Big Show or Braun Strowman.
And they'll break the ring?
And I'll tell you why. Like I said, Big Show, to this point, is probably in the greatest shape of his career.
Wait, you're picking the Big Show?
I'm picking either the Big Show or Braun Strowman.
The Big Show would be the dumbest pick anyone's ever made.
Why?
There's no way the Big Slow is winning everything.
Now, wait a minute, Blair.
That would be the dumbest pick.
A little history lesson, if you will.
What, Japanese Nazis? Where is this going?
No, see, this is a wrestling-related history lesson. So here's the thing. You are entitled to think that would be a dumb pick because the Big Show really hasn't had that much big-time pay-per-view success
what is the reason
in
for the Big Show
WWE.
pick?
But here's the thing. We're talking about a guy who won the world title in his first match.
That was in the 90s.
Back in 1995.
Yes, exactly.
Now, like I said...
I was 4 years old. If that.
Like I said, the Big Show is in the best shape of his career.
That's good. Not because he doesn't want to have a heart attack. Not because he's going to win anything.
And the fact is, we haven't seen him on WWE television.
James, just because Big Show doesn't want to have to buy 3 airplane tickets doesn't mean he's going to win.
Except for one match, we haven't seen him in over 6 months.
Yes.
So my theory is maybe they want to give him a shot to main event WrestleMania to kind of bring him back full time on the main circle.
No. If he was the main event at WrestleMania, a total of 5 people would show up.
Now,
no star power at all.
Now, hypothetically speaking, we know how much of a monster Braun Strowman is. So
that's a much better pick than the Big Slow.
So what makes you think he would be a better pick for the main event?
Because the Big Show has been wrestling for 22 years. He's barely around anymore. And you think because he he discovered anorexia, then all of a sudden he's going to be in contention for the main event at WrestleMania.
Well,
who would be excited besides Big Show's mama and maybe Adam Sandler that he would be the main event at WrestleMania? Who's getting excited about that?
I'll tell you who.
Kevin James.
His cousin, Pee Wee Herman.
Cricket.
You followed your worst prediction with your worst joke.
Pee Wee masturbating in the last row.
Plus, you look like Waldo. You look like Waldo in a different color.
Well, I can blame the WWE for that one because that was their idea
More like Shlomo.
to dress Big
Where's
Show up like
Shlomo?
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, okay, so it was a wrestling reference we did.
Yeah, because Pee Wee Herman was the guest host of Raw one night, and when the Big Show came out there, he was wearing
If the Big Show
he was
did what
wearing the
Pee Wee
exact same
Herman did
outfit.
in a movie theater, it would cause a Category 5 earthquake.
I'm pretty sure, so don't even go there. Anyway, but we'll have to wait and see.
If the Big Show wins, I will write the Big Show a 5-page love letter and mail him a Twinkie.
But see, here's the
And
thing.
read it on the
Here's
show.
the thing, Blair. Here's the thing. Just because you don't think the Big Show is going to win,
I think it's objectively a terrible pick.
well, here's the thing. You're entitled to your opinion, but you need to remember, stranger things like that have happened before. Because remember 2014?
Oh, the old Donald Trump argument.
Remember,
If he got elected, anything can happen.
remember 2014
I
though?
did a good year.
The Animal Batista came back to WWE.
Remember the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Will you please?
Yes, but Batista has far more star power than the Big Slow.
But here's the
You know
thing.
that.
They let him win the Royal
Yes,
Rumble match,
James,
even though he returned 6 days earlier.
this is like comparing The Rock.
It's
and
exactly
the
the
Big Show.
same thing.
No, it's not. You know wrestling. You know Batista's a much bigger star than the.
I'm not denying that, but the Big Show's a big star too.
No, he's not. This isn't 1998. No one cares about the Big Show.
Wait a minute. If the Big Show wasn't that big a star, then why would he still be around?
Because keep getting them checks, fat ass. Fried chicken doesn't pay for itself.
First of all,
Right.
there's no need to. There's no need to go that far live on the web.
I know, right?
Sick.
What's up with fried chicken?
Secondly,
James, if you could keep getting a multi-million-dollar check while you could, and take off 6 months at a time,
Like me.
and then have people think when you've lost a few pounds that you're suddenly the biggest superstar in the game, you would do it too.
actually, no, I wouldn't.
So you would pass up on $2 million a year or so for doing nothing.
No, I would say that I want to work as often as I can, so I wouldn't take the easy way out. If that makes any sense. I have no idea what that is.
It's a May from Pornhub.
God, we're in big trouble. Anyway,
When aren't we?
we're gonna switch gears and talk about the main storylines from SmackDown when we come back. So stay right there. Blair.
James, your Big Show, your big.
Stay right there.
What was his
We'll
name?
be back.
Is it Big Slow? Big Slow? Your Big
Shlomo.
Slow prediction
Slow.
is one of the worst predictions ever made on the
Slow
show.
ho.
Well,
If he
You would know.
if he wins the Royal Rumble, everyone
No,
in the
I'm just a
WWE
slut. I
writing
do it for
department
free.
should be fired.
again, we'll see.
I don't
We'll
charge.
They should all be
We'll
fired.
see if the fans agree.
It's just a hobby.
Pete, do you think the Big Show has any chance of winning the Royal Rumble?
Who?
Paul White, the Big
The
Show.
Big Slow.
Big
I don't
Shlomo.
know, man. I don't know.
The big
I think
ho.
he may get fired, but I don't think
if they let him win, though, they all deserve to be fired, and I will not
I see,
watch WrestleMania and protest.
Oh my God.
I would watch. The only time I would watch that fat ass is in competitive eating.
Oh my.
He might eat Kobayashi whole.
Might eat his whole.
Wait, why Kobayashi and not